gentlemen, are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright guys, good day everyone. Again, this is Sir Hill Bansuela Jr. of New Era High School from SDOQC. So, again, before we start this topic, so let's discuss our learning goals. Alright? So, in today's topic, our learning goals are as follows. So, for number 1, we are going to define and illustrate geometric sequence. So this time, we're going to deal with geometric sequence. For number 2, we are going to identify each element of the geometric sequence formula. And for number 3, we're going to use, of course, the formula in solving geometric sequence problem. Alright? So, again, welcome to this topic. Again, this is Sir Hill Bansuela Jr. from New Era High School. So this is geometric sequence. So let's begin. So let's define the geometric mean or geometric sequence rather. No? So geometric sequence is sometimes called as geometric progression. Okay? Because in a sequence, there is a progress that is happening. So every time you saw geometric sequence, don't be confused. That's the same as lang, no? Pareho lang sila ng geometric progression. Alright? So geometric sequence or geometric progression are the same. So let's divide. It is a sequence of numbers such that the next number can be obtained by this time, guys, no? By multiplying a fixed number. If you could recall, guys, yung arithmetic sequence natin, no, na topic, no, ang ginawa natin doon, we can obtain the next number by adding, no, adding a number, no. Dito we multiply, and that particular number is represented by R. Alright? And it is called this time common ratio. So, kung sa arithmetic sequence meron tayong common difference, dito sa geometric progression or geometric sequence, guys, meron tayong common ratio. So, automatic, makikita agad natin yung difference between arithmetic sequence and geometric sequence, no? So, again, ang sequence ay arithmetic sequence kung merong common difference. And kung meron siyang common ratio, then that is geometric sequence. So, you have to take note of that. Alright? So, let's deal with the formula. Ayan, discuss natin yung formula, guys, ha? Ayan, pag-usapan natin. Kasi, syempre, before we solve, we have to know the pattern, no? Yung magiging guide natin. Okay. So, basically, guys, very familiar na tayo sa A sub n. So, that is the nth term. Or sometimes we call it the last term. Diba? Ayan. So, tawag natin dyan last term. Diba? Nth term or last term. Ayan. And we are very familiar with A sub 1 then. So, that is the first term. So, the same pa rin sa arithmetic sequence, no? Yung A sub n natin, that is the last term or nth term. Yung A sub 1 natin, that is the first term. So, ito yung bago, guys, no? Yung R. So, that is the common ratio. So, that is the difference between arithmetic sequence and geometric sequence, no? So, sa arithmetic sequence, again, for recall, we have a common difference, and that is represented by small letter d. And this time, we have common ratio, and it is represented by small letter r. And again, guys, no, kung makikita ninyo, yung n natin is an exponent, no? Again, yung n natin guys, yan pa rin yung number of terms, no? So, this time yung n natin, iti-treat natin as a exponent. Then, subtract lang tayo ng 1. Ayan, no? So, ito yung magiging working formula natin guys for geometric sequence. Okay? So, again, the last term is always equal to the first term multiply to its common ratio raised to the number of terms minus 1. So, ganyan natin siya babanggitin guys, no? Again, paalala lagi, no, doon sa mga laging nagme-memorize ng formula using verbatim, no? Yung binabasa lang nila, a sub n equals to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. Delikado yan guys. Kasi nga, pagdating ninyo ng college, pinapalitan yung mga letters na yan. Some books uses letter T. Paano pag nabigla ka? Ginagamit mo sa high school letter A. Then pagdating mo sa college, letter T na. So, mas maganda kung ang matatandaan natin yung gamit nitong mga variables na to, no? Or mga symbols na to. Again, a sub n is the last term. So, kung ano man yung nasa left side na yan, that is the last term, no? So, kung geometric sequence ang pinag-uusapan, that is always equal to the first term, then multiply to the common ratio, then raised to the number of terms minus 1. Alright, so let's try to move. So, of course, naghanda si Sir Hill ng mga sample problems. Alright, so here we go. Sige, pag-usapan natin to guys. Ayan. So, in here guys, we are asked to find the 9th term. No? So, therefore, ang hinahanap sa atin ay 9th term. Ayan. So, a sub 9. Ano daw ba yung a sub 9? Ayan. Ng geometric progression. Again, guys, yung geometric progression, geometric sequence din yan. No? Huwag tayong malilito. So, yung geometric sequence natin, yung first element natin ay a sub 1. Parang hindi masyadong maganda yung kulay, no? Palitan natin. So, yung second element natin, ayan, yung 6. And yung third element natin ay 18. So, again, sabi natin, sa geometric progression or geometric sequence, meron tayong common ratio. So, yun yung kukunin natin. So, katulad nung pagkuha natin ng common difference sa arithmetic sequence, guys, nagsisimula din tayo sa right side. Ayan, no? Pero, this time, we don't subtract. Ang gagawin natin, magdi-divide tayo, no? So, 18 divided by 6. Ayan. So, 18 divided by 6. No? And 6 divided by 2. Yan yung mga sasagutin natin. So, para makuha natin. At makita natin kung may common ratio talaga, no? Hindi natin pwedeng i-assume agad na may common ratio. So, we have to look at it, no? So, 18 by 6, that is equal to 3. Then, 6 by 2, that is equal to 3. Therefore, we have 2 common ratios. So, therefore, i-declare na natin na ang ating ratio or common ratio is 3. Alright, so let's deal with those given. Again, we have 9 terms. So, yung n natin ay 9. Diba? Ayan. Okay? So, ayan. So, pag-usapan natin yung mga nakita nating given sa problem, no? Ayan, guys. So, yung first term natin, binigay 2, diba? So, paalala yung sequence natin ay 2. Balikan lang natin. 2, 6, 18. Ayan. So, 2, 6, and 18. Ayan. Tapos, pinapahanap yung 9. Ano daw yan? Na? Yan. We are looking for the 9th term. So, yung common ratio natin, guys, 3, no? So, na-explain ko na sa inyo kanina bakit 3. Pero kung nakalimutan ulit, divide lang natin from right towards the left until we reach the first element, no? 18 divided by 6, that is equal to 3. 6 divided by 2, that is equal to 3. So, therefore, since meron tayong commonality, we are going to declare that 3 is our common ratio. So, yun yung pagkakaiba, again, ng geometric sequence doon sa ating arithmetic sequence. Okay? And, since we are looking for the 9th term, no? So n is equal to 9. Okay? Alright, so after getting the given, we state the formula. So this is our formula, guys, no? So sabi natin, the last term is always equal to the first term multiplied to the common ratio raised to the number of term minus 1. O, di ba? Mas magandang pakinggan. Okay, and since we are looking for the 9th term, so all n must be replaced by 9. Okay? So we have a sub 9 here. Then equals to your first term, guys, is 2. So, eto na siya. Just plug in. Then of course, so take note dito, guys, we have to put a parenthesis between the first term and the common ratio. We can't just write 2, then 3, then raised to 9 minus 1. Magkakaroon tayo ng problema, guys, kasi ang basa na natin dito 23. So napaka-importante ng grouping symbols, okay? O, take note yan, guys, ha? Okay, sige. So we don't kasi mamaya ang mangyari, i-multiply nyo yung 2 sa 3 agad. So that is 6. Patay na. Yari tayo dyan, guys, no? So again, take note, yung a sub 1 natin ay hindi yung common ratio. So magkaiba sila, guys. So we have to treat them as unique as them, no? We have to put a parenthesis or grouping symbol. Alright? So plugging in the common ratio, which is equal to 3. Ayan. Then of course, yung n natin is equal to 9. So 9 minus 1. Alright. Then we will arrive at, so let's simplify. Okay. So we have 2, then 3 raised to 8. Ayan. Huh? So because 9 minus 1 is equal to 8. Ayan. Alright? So let's simplify. Let's use GeomeTricSequence rule. Groupings, exponent. So we are done on grouping. So let's deal with the exponent. Diba? Ayan. So 3 raised to 8, that is equal to 65, 61. So kung memorize nyo yung exponential table, mas maganda, no, guys? So 3 raised to 8, that is 65, 61. Pero if not, pwede tayong gumamit ng calculator, no? Ayan. So 3. So press nyo lang yung 3, scientific calculator, yung exponent natin. Then raised to 8. Then that is equal to 6,561. So 65, 61, no? Ayan. Okay? Then let's simplify. So just get just double yung 65, 61, no? So 2 times 65, 61. So we will arrive at 13,122. So you can check your answer using calculator. So 2 times 65, 61. So that is equal to 13,122. So 13,122. Just like what we have here. Okay? So, that's it. So, medyo madali lang, no? Medyo madali lang yung ating geometric sequence. So, ang medyo magiging crucial part lang natin dito, guys, ay yung ating exponential, no? Ayan. So, masyadong malaki. So, ayan yung difference din ng arithmetic sequence sa geometric sequence, no? So, sa geometric sequence, guys, pag-uusapan natin yung mga pinakamalaki hanggang sa pinakamaliit na numbers. Right? Ayan. Okay, so again, kung medyo nalabuan kayo, guys, you may always pause the video, rewind, rewatch again, get your pen and paper. You try this until you master the skill. No? Huwag kayong papayag na hindi natin ma-master yung skill bago mag-move yung video. Panoorin niyo yung video hanggang sa dulo kasi wala tayong sasayanging sandali dito sa video lesson na to. Okay? Alright, so let's try another problem. Okay. So in here, guys, we are asked to find the 7th term. Ayan. So basic muna tayo, no? Basic. So we are asked to find the 7th term. So that is A sub 7. So we are looking for that, no? So again, this is a word problem. So ang basic skill na kailangan natin, reading, no? We have to read it. We have to read the problem. And of course, we have to understand Reading alone can't stand. So reading with comprehension. That would be better. Okay? So let's find the 7th term of the geometric sequence for 20,100. So of course, yung 4 natin, ito yung first term. Alright? Then let's get the common ratio, no? So again, to get the common ratio, we divide from the right side towards to the left until we reach the first element. So 100 by 20. So 100 by 20 and 20 by 4. So let's see if there are some commonality. Kasi kung walang commonality, guys, then this is not a geometric sequence, diba? Kung walang common ratio. Take note, the difference between arithmetic sequence and geometric sequence. In arithmetic sequence, meron tayong common difference. Pagdating sa geometric sequence, meron tayong common ratio. Now, let's simplify. How many 20 are there in 100? Siyempre, meron tayong 5. How many 4 are there in 20? Meron tayong 5. And since the ratio is common, so therefore, our common ratio or R is equal to 5. Okay? So we're going to use this information to solve the problem. So let's proceed. So again, we're going to start by getting all the given. So from the problem, we've got the first term. So the first term is given. So yung first term natin, guys, is 4. And we are looking for the 7th term. So therefore, yung n natin 7, no, guys? And of course, yung r natin 5. Na i-explain na natin, no? Kung bakit yung r natin or common ratio natin ay 5. And of course, after getting the given, we have to state the formula. Okay, so let's state the formula that the last term is always equal to the first term multiplied to the common ratio raised to the number of terms minus 1. And after stating the pattern, we are now ready to plug in all these given to the formula. Okay, we have to be very careful while plugging in the values from the given. Okay, so let's change all n by 7. So all n by 7. So we have 7 here. Okay, check. Then let's plug in. Let's change a sub 1 by 4. So plugging in 4. Again, let's check. Then for the common ratio, let's plug in 5. Okay, check. Then yung n natin is 7. Then subtract by 1. Alright, so this is check. I hope no question dyan, guys, no? Alright, then let's simplify 7 minus 1. So that would be 6. Okay, so bringing down a sub 7 equals to 4. So just bring down 4. Then let's press your calculator 5 raised to 6, no? So it would be better if you memorize your exponential table. Pero kung wala, you can always look for it sa calculator. So 5, then exponent 6, then equals, so that is 15,625. Just the same here. Okay? Then of course, just multiply it by 4. So we will arrive at 62,500. So therefore, the 7th term of this geometric progression is 62,500. Alright? So I hope you get this, guys. Again, if there is some confusion or questions or queries, you may always pause the video, rewind, rewatch, then use your pen and paper, then see it for yourself. So you may use your calculators at home. So I hope you have your scientific calculator with you. But it would be better if you memorize your exponential table as well. And of course, your multiplication table. Okay? Alright. So let's proceed on the next problem. Okay, guys, here. So we are asked to find the 10th term. Basic. Find the 10th term. So therefore, this is a sub 10. Okay? So a sub 10 is missing because we are asked to find it, di ba? So, this is geometric sequence. So, sinabi ng geometric sequence, so automatic, we have a common ratio here. Again, this is your first element. This is your second, third, and fourth element. Okay? So, after getting all these elements, we have to get the common ratio, no? So, let's see. We have 64, the first, negative 32. So, take note of the sign, guys, ha. So, alternating in sign tayo dito, no? If you could notice, we have 64, negative 32, 16, then negative 8. So, probably, yung next element nito would be positive, no? Ganon yan. So, kailangan matalinaw tayo, no? Hindi lang matalino, kundi matalinaw, no? Matalino with good eyesight, no? Ayan. So, again, the same process. So, let's divide. So, negative 8 divided by 16. Alright? So, of course, negative yung answer natin dyan. So, if you could notice, guys, magkakaroon tayo ng fraction, no? So, every time na yung ating denominator is greater than the numerator, the answer is always in fraction form. So, this is negative. So, let's get the lowest term, no? Lowest term natin. So, there is a relationship between 8 and 16, di ba? So, they are both divisible by 8. Okay? So, let's simplify. How many 8 are there in 8? Of course, there are 1. How many 8 are there in 16? Of course, there are 2. So, therefore, the lowest term of negative 8 over 16 is negative 1/2. Alright, so let's try if that is the same with 16 and negative 32. Okay, so 16 all over negative 32. Again, unlike sign, the answer is negative. Okay, so let's see the relationship between 16 and 32. Okay, so how many 16 are there in 16? So there are 1. In 32, there are 2. So again, that is negative 1/2. Then, let's proceed on the last one. So we have to go to the first element talaga, guys, no? We should not assume na there is a commonality. Anyway, pwede na rin naman pala, no? Kasi sinabi naman na yung sequence ay geometric sequence. But let's see pa rin. Check pa rin natin, no? So, negative 32 all over 64. Again, negative divided by positive, that is negative. Alright? So, again, I'm sure you saw the relationship between 32 and 64. So, there are 1 32 in 32 and there are 2 32s in 64. So, therefore, the ratio is negative 1/2. So, therefore, we can say that our common ratio in this particular sequence is negative 1/2. Oh, bago tayo pumunta, guys, bago natin isolve, ano ba yung napansin ninyo sa given natin in comparable with the other exercises that we just did a while ago, no? Kung mapapansin nyo dito, guys, bukod sa alternating in sign, so ibig sabihin pala, kapag alternating in sign, the ratio is negative. What else? Kung makikita ninyo, yung given number natin, guys, ay in decreasing format. Okay? So, dahil decreasing format siya, automatic, ang magiging ratio natin, guys, ay fraction. Okay? Oh. Diba? Meron din tayo nito sa arithmetic sequence. So, sabi natin sa arithmetic sequence, for recall, no? Kung yung sequence natin, ang numbers ay increasing, automatic ang common difference natin ay positive. Kapag decreasing yung given number natin, ang common difference natin magiging negative. Pero pagdating dito sa geometric sequence or geometric progression, guys, kapag yung sequence natin ay in decreasing pattern, automatic fraction ang ratio. Then we have to check for the sign. Kung alternating in sign yan, automatic negative na fraction yung hinahanap natin. Okay? So you have to take note of that. Alright, so let's solve this problem. Okay, same rule. We start by getting the given. So based on the problem, our first term is 64. Ayan. So, we're going to plug in that later to our formula. And we have 10 terms. Alright. And since we are looking for the 10th term, no? Ayan. So, our n is 10. Then, I've just explained to you why the ratio is negative 1/2. I hope that is clear, no? Again, if there are some question why the common ratio is negative 1/2, you may always pause the video, rewind, then rewatch for that part. Okay? Then, you know the drill. Get your pen and paper, then master the skill. Okay? Now, after getting all the given, we are now ready to state the pattern or our formula. So, for geometric sequence, the last term is always equal to the first term multiplied to the common ratio raised to the number of terms minus 1. So, ganyan natin, no? Gagamitin yung formula, no? Huwag natin siyang basahin verbatim as in a sub n equals a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1 kasi walang meaning yun, guys. Walang meaning. Pag bigla kayong nadapa, ano na nga yung a sub n? Ano na nga yung r? See? Mawawala. Pero, kung alam ninyo yung formula by its use, so parang alam nyo na rin siya by heart. Diba? Pinusuan natin. Okay? Alright. So, again, you know the drill. Let's change all n by 10. Alright, so let's plug in that. We have 10 here, 10 there. Then, your first term, let's plug in the value, which is 64. Ito na siya. Then, the next one is the common ratio, which is negative 1/2. Ito na siya, guys. Then, of course, we have to subtract 1 to the number of terms. That's why we have minus 1 here. Okay, then let's simplify. So, bringing down 64, then 10 minus 1, that would be 9. Okay? So, therefore, we arrive at 64 times negative 1/2 raised to 9. Okay? Ayan. And, of course, we are going to use the law of exponent, no? So, we're going to distribute 9 to both 1 and 2. So, therefore, we arrive at, okay, so we can rewrite, no, 64 based on 2. Sir Hill, bakit based on 2? Ayan, meron na kasi tayong hint, guys, no? Ito, yung hint natin. So, kung ano man yung nasa denominator natin sa common ratio natin, probably yun yung magiging base na pwede nating i-rewrite yung first term natin. Diba? Another technique. Diba? So, dahil ito ay 2, so, we might think of a base of 2 wherein ano ba yung magiging value ng x para ang sagot ay 64. Diba? So, yan. So, yun yung pag-uusapan natin. O, yun yung hahanapin natin. But 2 raised to what equals to 64? So, when you press 2 raised to 6 on your calculator, tingnan nyo guys, 2 raised to 6, that is equal to 64. Diba? So, kaya, ginamit natin 2 raised to 6. So, therefore, we can say that 2 raised to 6 is equal to 64. Alright? So, this is the exponential form. This is the expanded form. So, they are both equal. Okay? So, that don't be confused. Then, of course, sa law of exponent, guys, no, we can divide na automatic yung 2 raised to 6 and 2 raised to 9. So, sabi natin, kapag nagdi-divide ng magkaparehong base, kinokopya yung base. Diba? Then, sinusubtract yung exponent. So, 6 minus 9, 3. So, bakit yung 3 nasa baba? Kasi yung mas malaking exponent nasa denominator. Okay? That's the rule. Pero kung halimbawa, nandito yung 2 raised to 9, tapos nandito yung 2 raised to 6 sa ilalim, halimbawa lang, di ang sagot natin nasa taas, 2 raised to 3. Okay? Kasi yung mas malaking exponent nasa numerator part. Pero dahil nasa denominator part, yung mas malaking exponent, yung sagot natin, nasa ilalim din. Okay? I hope that is clear. Then let's simplify. So what is 2 raised to 3? No? So again, let's expand that. So 2 raised to 3 is equal to 2 times 2, which is equal to 8. Alright? So therefore, the 10th term of this geometric sequence is negative 1 over 8. Alright? So I hope that is clear, guys. So wag tayong malito. Again, if there is some confusion with this exercise, you may always pause the video. You know the drill. Get your pen and paper, then master the skill. No? So wag agad mag-move. No? Wag nyong agad tapusin yung video without mastering the skill. No? Don't allow yourself to do that. Okay? Okay. So move when you're ready. Okay? That's the beauty of this video blog, no? You can move when you're ready. Okay? Alright. So here, our next problem, guys. So in here, guys, we are asked to so let's read the problem, no? So here, guys, the common ratio of a geometric sequence is 5. So binigay yung common ratio, guys. So hindi na tayo magsosolve ng common ratio. Okay? So let's read the problem very, very well and understand it, of course. Buy one, take one yan. Read and comprehend. Okay? The common ratio. O, diba? Kung hindi natin alam na yung R pala yung common ratio, edi mahihirapan tayo. That's why, mas maganda na alam natin yung formula by its use. Diba? At least alam na agad natin na yung common ratio, yun yung R. Okay? Then, sabi dito, the sixth term. O, edi A sub 6. Diba? The sixth term is, diba? Linking verb. Yung linking verb natin, yun yung equal sign. Then, 6 to 5. So, therefore, the sixth term or A sub 6 is equal to 6 to 5. Then, we are asked to list down the first 5 terms of the sequence. Ayan, kung yung sixth term ay 6 to 5. Alright? Okay? Sige. So, let's proceed. Ayan. So, dito guys, no, yung binigay sa atin sa problem, ang given yung ratio, 5. Tapos, yung sixth term ay 6 to 5. So, huwag kayong mataranta, guys. Ganun pa rin. Kunin ang given, then, state natin yung formula. Ayan, ha. Huwag natin kalimutan yung formula. Napaka-importante niyan. So again, sabi ng formula natin, the last term is always equal to the first term multiplied to the common ratio raised to the number of terms minus 1. So, since this is the last term and we know, no? Ang sabi sa atin, ilista daw natin yung first 5. List the first 5. Yan. Okay? So, therefore, kung ililista natin yung first 5, yung pang 6th term, ito yung last term natin. 'Di ba? Logical, no? Logically. Kung ililista natin yung unang 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at ibinigay yung pang-6 na 6 to 5, di siya yung last term. 'Di ba? Logic. Okay? So, that's why we plug in 6 to 5 on A sub n. Okay? So, I have 6 to 5 here. Then, of course, the first element is missing. Hindi pa natin alam yung first element. So, mananatili siyang A sub 1. Okay? So, what we know, yung common ratio, 5. So, I have 5. Okay? Then, let's subtract your number of terms na 6, diba? Your n is 6 actually. Ayan, nakalimutan natin ilagay sa given. Our n is 6. So, 6 minus 1, that would be 5. Now, let's simplify this. So, 5 raised to 5, that is equal to 3125. No? So, that is 3125. Then, of course, let's isolate a sub 1 by dividing the entire equation by 3125, which is yung 5 raised to 5, no? So, i-divide natin to both ng 5 raised to 5. So, automatic 5 raised to 5 and 5 raised to 5 will be eliminated. So, what is left is a sub 1 on one side and on the other side is 625 all over 5 raised to 5, which is 3125. Okay? And if we memorize the exponential table, we will know that 625 can be written in exponential form, which is 5 raised to 4. So, I suggest guys, you memorize your exponential table talaga para mas madali nating makompute ito. Pero, actually, kung hindi naman, you can use this statement to get the first element, then you will press na lang yan sa calculator. O, tingnan natin ha. So, kunin natin yung calculator natin. Okay, we have 625 divided by 3125. And that is equal to 0.2. And 0.2, if we're going to rewrite that in fraction, that is equal to 1/5, diba? Okay? So, yun. Ito na siya. Kung gagamitan natin ng calculator. Pero kung hindi natin gagamitan ng calculator, so we're going to translate 625 and 3125 wherein magiging magkapareho yung base nila. So, luckily, we can rewrite both 625 and 3125 in base 5. So, 5 raised to 4 is 625 and 5 raised to 5 is 3125. Then, we can apply the law of exponent in division, di ba? Sabi doon, no? Kapag nagdi-divide ng magkaparehong base, kinokopya yung base at mina-minus yung exponent. So, take note, yung mas malaking exponent ay nasa denominator. Okay? That's why we have 5 raised to negative 1 here. Okay? Bakit 5 raised to 1, negative 1 here? Kasi, kung ito yung sasagot natin, guys, ang mangyayari dyan, magiging 1/5. Diba? Kasi wala nang matitira dito sa 5 raised to 4. Diba? Makaka-cancel na natin yon. So, 1/5. And yung 1/5 ay equal sa 5 raised to negative 1. Okay? So, ililist down na natin. Kung yung first element natin, guys, ay 1/5. So, ito na yung 1/5. Ayan. So, sabi natin, para makuha natin yung second element, based on the definition of geometric progression or sequence, i-multiply daw natin yung common ratio. O, naalala nyo ba yun? O, di-multiply natin 1/5 times 5. That is equal to 1. Diba? O, 1/5 times 5. Then, 1 times 5, 5. Then, 5 times 5, 25. Then, 25 times 5, 125. Then, 125 times 5, 625. So, therefore, the first 5 elements of the sequence are 1/5, 1, 5, 25, and 125. So, here are the entire sequence. Alright, so these are the 6 elements of the geometric progression whose common ratio is 5 and whose last term is 1 to 5. Okay? So again, kung meron kayong question, guys, with this or medyo nalalabuan, you may always pause the video. You know the drill. Get your pen and paper, then practice it. kung gaano mo karaming sabi nga natin, no, mas marami nating sanayin yung sarili natin, the better we are, no. Ito lang yung kaibahan ng math subject sa ibang subject, no. Sometimes yung ibang subject, pag nakinig ka, pwede ka nang makasagot ng problem o kung ano man yung hinihingi, no. Pero dito sa mathematics, hindi pwedeng nakikinig lang tayo, guys, no. Maliban na lang kung we are gifted, pero kung hindi, kailangan talaga natin ng papel at panulat. This is a pen and paper skill. So without practicing it, then wala, sayang. Okay? Ayan. So I hope marami tayong natutunan dito sa lesson natin. Okay, so ulit-ulitin lang natin yung video, guys, para ma-master natin yung skill. Again, maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. Again, this is Sir Hill, wishing you good health. Stay safe, guys. Good day, everyone. Goodbye. See you all.